Welcome to another episode of Fusing the Unfusable. Today we have a returning guest, Chris Greenwood. Welcome back.
Thank you, Kareem.
Last time I wasn't the host. It was Ivan who was asking the questions.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's good. It's good to have you. We work together quite a bit, so it's
Yes. Yeah.
It's good. It's strange to be here behind the mics, right?
A little bit, but
So welcome to Dubai. You're here for Token 2049.
definitely.
What energy! I mean,
it's incredible.
we were together at the staking summit. What just one whole hotel filled with people just interested in staking. Isn't that
incredible.
amazing?
It's really incredible. I mean, when you look at what they've done for this, like you have the token event itself, but then you have Token Week, and there's about 800 events, like all of them, all of the various segments and niches. But this I was super impressed with, because I hadn't seen that before, that for a specific focus within the industry, mainly staking, which is about, okay, you have an asset, how do you get more yield on it? Something that was so well put together by that team at stakingrewards.com.
It's maybe one day it'll be as prevalent as expecting interest at the bank, when actually the bank doesn't pay interest anymore on money,
Yeah.
right? Chris, it's great to have you. There's so much that we can talk about, and I have to kind of tip my hat to you because you do so much at the Apex Fusion Foundation.
Thank you.
You do it all, and from listings to community outreach and marketing and program management, and you're a busy bee, and you're zooming between Scotland and Dubai and Mumbai, and it's amazing. It's amazing to see. It's hard to keep up with you. But let's jump in here. What's the one thing that people get totally wrong about crypto foundations? What do you think?
See, I think many people think they're just like a picture on the wall. There's something which you have to do, but actually don't have much necessary involvement in the day to day. Various people have varying opinions, and I think that might come from a lack of understanding around why people set up a foundation and the reasons that they go to the lengths to set up a foundation that they do. In our case, we were very cognizant that the industry is maturing, that the industry is shifting. And we took a bit of a bet, really, at our own pain, because what we did, the legal route that we went, focusing on compliance and regulation and making sure that we were completely compliant to the latest
Compliant
MiCA
by
framework.
design, right?
Yeah. In Europe, moved us in the direction to set up a foundation. So we didn't want to have the traditional founders culture. The founders came together with an idea and a vision to create something that would exist and last well beyond them, that it wasn't going to be subject to their ideas and discretion. So actually they've handed across all the control to an independent foundation in respect to Apex Fusion, and they are the custodians of the ecosystem, essentially.
You guys are.
Yeah, the foundation.
Along with the council.
Yeah, the council. So the council is sort of an elected group, and then we have an operational team as well, all experienced people. And as you mentioned, there's quite a bit of work to do at this stage, because we're growing, we're developing.
Yeah,
So
you guys have done. I'm so proud of the work that you guys have done so far. In less than, I think it's coming on to. Has it been 2? It hasn't been 2 years, has it?
Not even 2 years.
Not even 2 years. You've launched the token, you've launched the layer 1 prime, and now there's the roadmap's been announced, and we're hopefully going to see the other piece of the puzzle come in, and the reputation system is out, and I was a token, and I was talking to people about it, and people don't know, but people get excited about it. So Apex Fusion really has a compelling story to tell, and this is the one thing that I think I love to do, obviously, tell stories, but it is a very exciting story, and the work that you guys are doing is just it's incredible. It is really an uphill battle. And when you have regulators and you have, legal challenges and financial challenges, obviously, right? Because no one has an unlimited budget.
Yeah.
It's really incredible what you've done so far, and we're really happy that we can be part of it and part of the success. Can you let's dig in a little bit into it, if you can? I know you're not a legal guy, but can you lift the veil a little bit on what Swiss regulations allow and restrict the foundations from doing?
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
What's the fine line between ecosystem growth and overreach?
Our legal expert is Anya Blah, and she was part of the European Crypto Initiative, which actually was setting the framework for Mika.
We're so lucky to have her. And again, we're compliant by, when we say Apex Fusion is compliant by design, having people like Anya is exactly meant.
It's a massive asset. So our compliance is issued in Switzerland because that's where we're based, but essentially Mika is the framework for EU. Now, if I was to simplify it based on also my understanding, see, when the project and when the token has a certain classification, it falls under a certain set of regulations. For example, if it's classed as a security or a financial instrument, then it comes under all of the usual typical financial jurisdictions and regulations that you'd expect. In the US, for example, that's the SEC. Whereas if it's a token of utility, which is used for the purpose of empowering the ecosystem.
Which is what our token has been declared as officially by the FINMA, which is a Swiss regulator.
We have this ruling, so it's a utility token for us. Now, what does that mean from a point of view of a foundation? Well, our mandate is to empower, proliferate, educate, and share, and bring people into this ecosystem. But that means we have to do so within certain guidelines, because if we're talking to people about returns, about profits, about price, and all that type of thing, it is not a utility. Then you're talking about a financial instrument. So those sort of rules apply to us as a foundation and many of the partners that we work with as well. If independent people talk about it, we can't do anything. But from our perspective, that's how we govern our operations within the foundation. If I was to expand it a little bit more, for example, now we're in a phase where we want to secure the network, basically. We've used Cardano Tech, Ouroboros Proof of Stake, arguably the best liquid native staking protocol out there. And in order to decentralize the network, you have to have stake pool operators. Stake pool operators need to have people acquire the token and delegate to those pools. So in the interests of fulfilling our mandate of the foundation to decentralize and not have ownership of the ecosystem, we need to encourage people to do that. So in that way, we can tell people, look, get the token and it's 10% rewards. And that's how we've geared it so that there's a good incentive. 10% staking rewards. Correct, over a year. So the idea of this is we now have 260 stake pool operators.
I think it's 285.
See, this is it. It keeps on going up now. Now the ecosystem and the community is taking over. So it's just happening. But the idea of that is that the foundation will never have any more, or one entity will never have any more than 20% operations of the network.
That is the threshold for it to be decentralized, which is a risk.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Correct. So that's also how we get part of our sort of MiCA compliance. So then from that, what we want people to understand is that you can have the token, and you can be part of the ecosystem.
You can participate. I like to say participate in this new digital decentralized economy.
Oh yeah, fully. And then you have
be rewarded for it.
Correct. Because this is the whole point of this protocol. Actually, proof of stake. It's incredible. I really like it out of all of the staking protocols. And why we're doing that? Why we're focusing step by step? Because we're not building for, the next cycle, the next bull run and anything. We're building for like 3 cycles ahead. And because we need to have a strong foundation, Prime is decentralized. We want to stabilize it, have people staking.
In less than 2 months, you guys have done an incredible job. I think it's exactly 2 months and a few days that the token was launched. We have 285 stake pools. Essentially, they're sustainable. That means that the stake pool operators are profitable at the current price, which is amazing. And they've already received some delegations and tokens that have been delegated to them. So the machine is working, the decentralization is working. We can say that Apex Fusion is decentralized through Prime.
Fully. And also, I'll have to get the figures exactly. Maybe we can add it into the comments or something. But I was told before I went on stage at Staking Rewards Summit that I think it's Apex token value of about $60 million is currently staked and securing the network, which is fantastic, actually. We have achieved what we wanted to do in a small time.
And they use the term TVL, but I think in our case, it's not L, right? It's TV, total value, but it's not locked, because a lot of people don't understand that when we say liquid staking, we mean liquid. Yeah. I've been, at the show, at the conference, and I've been showing people how easy it is to delegate and withdraw.
Yeah.
And they're all surprised because in general, certain proof of stake blockchains, you stake and you're locked. You're locked in for periods of time, sometimes I don't know how long. And if you use a third party to stake, you then might have to wait days before you can get your tokens back and then sell them if you want to liquidate them. So the fact that Apex Fusion offers, when we say liquid, we really mean liquid, native right from your wallet, is something that's incredible, and we're trying to get that word out there because a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, when we were speaking to people, right, that once you've explained, demonstrated, and educated, they're blown away. Because they don't have anything like this as a reference. So also what this is helping us understand as well is we're receiving feedback that what we're going to do now from the foundation is put more effort into the education side of things so that people understand the protocol a little bit more. They understand the benefits and our differentiator because, we took the approach to use battle-tested tech. This is all thanks to, Cardano community actually, that we can use this proof of stake Ouroboros protocol. I know the teams that went into developing this. I was there in the early days. So for me also, it's a little bit of a proud moment that we can,
I was on the business side, but I'm also proud. And I think it's really good to mention that. So we've used Cardano for the staking, for the decentralization, for the layer one.
Yeah.
But now we're linking this to a big space that's the EVM space, which is the Ethereum, Ethereum virtual machine space, with all this adoption, with all these people that we saw at the staking summit.
Yeah.
The Polygons, all the Solanas, and all these people, they're all there, and we're saying, hey, do you know that you can actually come in with your tech, with your software, with your dApps, bring it into very soon, hopefully on Nexus, and be able to stake it at 10%.
Yeah.
And it's blowing them away.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. See, this is our next phase now, and this won't be easy. The space is super competitive. And today at Token, when I was watching the keynote speeches, there was one whole talk about, Ethereum's sort of identity crisis, what's going to happen with Ethereum because of what's happening within the community there. So
you bring up a point here about the identity crisis, and I think it's to do with the fact that Ethereum has allowed layer 2s to be built on top of it.
Yeah.
But because Ethereum has smart contract capabilities and the layer 2s do as well, there's this cannibalization. So I just wanted to point out to our audience, that on Apex we've kind of addressed that by not allowing our layer 1 to have smart contracts.
Yeah, it's just purely for settlement,
layer 2
staking,
that comes
decentralization, and security.
Yeah, so a layer 2 that comes into our ecosystem through Nexus or Vector will not have to worry about their tokens or the value or their liquidity going away because there is no smart contract on the layer 1.
Yeah, in a way, they have this benefit. And this will be the next phase. And one of the CEO of our foundation, Even Belayatz. I mean, he's just been in that space and that community.
Author of Polygon Edge.
Yeah, for a long time. So because he's on our team, we have a real asset there. So I know that the team has now in the past weeks been working on how we're going to position this and what the next phase of the roadmap is. So I'm looking forward to that.
Amazing. So, let's wrap it up, but I have a final question for you.
Please.
What's a typical day for you? What's a typical day like for you? Token listings in the morning, Discord moderation in the afternoon, and Twitter wars by night?
No Twitter wars. We're friendly people. We're nice people, so there's no wars for us. But each day is different, which is why I like it, actually. It's the dynamic nature of this phase of the organization, of the project. It means that you get to have your hand in everything. Not that you spread yourself too thin, but you can have an impact in the places where you need it. So, I mean, a typical day. Now we're having a podcast. Earlier, we were in various events here at Token, meeting people, sharing about the project. And then next week when I go back, it'll be sort of consolidating everything and moving forward with our sort of business development activity. We made some great, fantastic contacts and collaborations, which in agreement have already started happening, actually, to have Apex as an asset within the staking services that they provide to their customers. So they're super excited to have this. So now my days will be from the next week, just continuing those collaborations until completion. So
yeah, follow up is key. Chris, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Look forward to a few more days of having you here in Dubai and participating in many events. And we always want people from the foundation to come and be on our show to educate and inform our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kareem.